Looks like Jalen Ramsey and Shahid Khan had a little sit down, and he expects him to play this weekend at the Jaguars' 25th anniversary alumni game, which I will be at, against the New Orleans Saints. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to The Observant Lineman. I am your Observant Lineman, Uche Nwaneri. Let's go straight to the article, because I'm interested to see what this article has for us in regards to Shahid Khan sitting down with Jalen Ramsey, having a heart-to-heart, trying to figure out this whole situation with him wanting to be traded, with his back going out on him, and whether or not he really is interested in playing football with the Jaguars this season. Jacksonville Jaguars owner Shahid Khan expects star cornerback Jalen Ramsey to suit up this week. I think he's going to be playing this week, so hopefully you'll tune into the Saints game. Khan said, "You've got to balance what's good for the team with what the individual's wishes might be. I met him a couple of days ago, had a heart-to-heart, and I think we'll be able to come to whatever makes sense for all." So what does that really mean? You know, as a player, whenever you have to have a sit down with the owner of the team, there's either two situations that can transpire here. Either you are actually getting an exit interview done. Usually you get an exit interview, you meet with the owner, you meet with the head coaches, you meet with your position coach, and you kind of review the season. That happens at the end of the year. Or there is friction, there is tension, there is a divide that has reached up to the highest point, the highest rung on the ladder, and that generally does not end well if that situation comes into existence. And here, I think that Shahid Khan has made a genuine effort to sit down with Ramsey, relate with him, figure out what it is that's really, you know, what's holding him back. I mean, yes, the Jaguars right now are what, 2-3? But it's not a bad 2-3. It's a 2-3 that you know, in a division where the best record is 3-2, they're by no means out of this. And for Jalen Ramsey to take a back seat voluntarily on this Jaguars team that is still trying to, you know, somewhat find its identity. We saw flashes of great play from Gardner Minshew. We've seen flashes of great play from Leonard Fournette. You know, the defense has played decent, but has not been able to close out in a couple of instances. But you know, this team is still very much in the thick of things, and Shahid Khan obviously sees this now as a turning point, as a critical moment in the season, and he needs to have everybody on board. And I think that's one of the reasons why he sat down with Jalen Ramsey. To try and, you know, get this guy to understand that, you know, this is still your job. And while, you know, if you're able to play, you know, let's do what we can to take care of your body. Let's keep you limited in practice and get you ready for, you know, the game. So I think that has a lot to do with why he actually had this heart-to-heart with him. But it says here, Ramsey has missed the team's past 2 games with a back injury, though that has coincided with the 24-year-old expressing a desire to be traded. "I'm not sure if I've played my final game for the Jags yet or not, but my trade request still stands," Ramsey said on the Uninterrupted podcast in late September. "For me, respect is a huge thing. Once respect is lost for both parties, I think it's time to part ways." And that's a true statement. You know, if you've, you know, in this league, in this ultra competitive football league, respect is a huge factor. You know, respect is earned, it's not given. We all know the saying. And for a player who has done enough on the field to earn respect, I think it's fair for him to say that. I think it's fair for Jalen to say, you know, my play on the field speaks for itself. I have given my all to this team, and all I ask is that the team and the people who are in charge of running the team give me their all as well. And I don't have a problem with him having that perspective. I think that for a player is absolutely a correct way to look at things. And maybe this sit down with Shahid Khan is exactly what Jalen needs in terms of seeing and understanding from the very top that he has the respect of the owner of the team. And a lot of times as an owner, whether in business or in sports, with a franchise like this, Shahid Khan is a very busy man. He doesn't necessarily have his hand on the pulse of the team. That's what you have a head coach for. That's what you have a GM for. These are things that for him, he may not know all of the inside details from both sides. He may not be able to, see both sides of the coin from his position as an owner, somebody who's maybe not there in the building on a day-to-day basis and who is likely not always going to know how each and every player on the team is feeling about their position on the team individually. Now, of course, he knows about the situation from the money side. And, again, like I've said in the past, I feel like if Jalen just holds tight and plays ball, that money side is going to take care of itself. You don't need to worry about that. You're a Pro Bowl cornerback, probably top 3 cornerback, maybe the best cornerback in the NFL, pound for pound, and you're going to get paid. If not in Jacksonville, then somewhere else. That is a foregone conclusion. Now, as a teammate, you can't leave your guys out there to hang if you can play. And I'll never ask a player. I never asked a player when I was a Jaguar. I never asked a player to do more than they think they could do. Don't expend your body at the risk of your health, because if you're not healthy, then you don't need to be out there, and we don't want you to be out there, and you shouldn't want to be out there if you're not healthy. If you can play, give us your all. If you truly in your heart feel like you can play, give us your all, because we're gonna give you our all. So I can see where his perspective is in wanting that respect from the organization, wanting them to show him the kind of latitude and respect that he does deserve. I can definitely see that. He says, and let's continue on here. Amid his trade request, he missed a game and practice due to he missed game and practice time due to a back injury, the flu, and the birth of his daughter. I'm going to continue to be a top corner in the league for years to come, Ramsey said on his uninterrupted podcast. The money will come, but money isn't everything. Peace and happiness means a lot more than money. Ramsey's discontent in Jacksonville appeared to hit a boiling point during the team's 13-12 loss to Houston in week 2. We all know about how all this goes. This is all, this is all known information about the situation between the Jags and Jalen Ramsey. But down here at the bottom, it says, for the 2-3 Jaguars, getting their star cornerback on the field would be a huge plus as they look to remain in the playoff hunt this season. It's possible that Ramsey could still get dealt at some point, but for the time being, it appears he'll be returning to the field as a member of the Jaguars. Now, Shahid Khan's also come out and said that he has no interest in trading Jalen Ramsey, nor should he. Aside from all the contract stuff, aside from all of the drama with him requesting the trade, as an owner of a franchise, as an owner of a business, you have one of the best assets in the entire league on your team. You should do everything you can to find a amicable way to satiate Jalen Ramsey before you even consider dealing him. And if it hasn't boiled over at this point, then I would not even for 1 second consider trading a cornerback of his caliber. That's like saying I'm going to trade Deion Sanders because he hasn't been happy over a few things this season. Hell no. I'm not trading him. We're going to keep him. And I'm not saying that Jalen is Deion, but he has the potential to be on that same caliber of a defender. I mean, the guy pretty much, for the most part, shuts down his side of the field for the majority of the game anyways. But, for the Jaguars, this is a crucial point in the season. You've passed that first quarter mark after the first 4 games, and now you're going into the second quarter of the season, and you need to come out with a plus 500 record. If they can do that, then there's no, then anything's possible heading into the second half of the season, and the Jaguars could very well be on their way back into the playoffs. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the Observant Lineman Uche Nwaneri. Hit the notification bell so that you can get notifications whenever I drop a new video. I will be at the 25th annual Jaguars alumni weekend this weekend in Jacksonville when they take on the Saints. So for any of my subscribers who are going to be in the Jacksonville area, shoot me a message in the comment section and we can have a little meetup. I can say hi, sign some autographs. But yeah, it's going to be an awesome weekend. I'm looking forward to it. That's all from the Observant Lineman. Appreciate you guys. I will catch you on the next video. Peace.